Welcome to another episode of Tea with Sonya. I'm here in Nairobi, Kenya at the Social House. In collaboration with Breathe Media, and we have a new guest on the show. This is Cris. Cris, thank you for replying to my DM.
Yeah, your email as well.
My email, my DM, my chase, just to be like, Cris, I really want to talk to you. What made you open it?
So actually, I get, not even to be, oh my God, I'm famous or anything, no. But I do get a lot of these DMs and emails. And sometimes it's difficult to know which one is real. So I had to do my own digging. And I saw your ad. I went through and I saw all the things you're doing. And I was like, this sounds like a boss. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It also helps now that I have the little blue tick.
Yeah, of course.
So it's legit, I woke up one day.
She's not bluffing.
Absolutely. I woke up one day, my team were like, you have a blue tick. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I've just woken up.
Did it just appear like that?
Yeah, overnight.
I need a blue tick. Sonya, show me how to get a blue tick. Come on.
Instagram. We're here. I didn't, honestly, and it's so funny because I had more appreciation for my blue tick than I do for most of the work that I do.
It's like Instagram is she's legit, guys.
Yeah, TikTok has it too.
Yeah?
No, sorry, Twitter has it. I'm waiting for TikTok to come through.
Oh, you have it on Twitter?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. The great thing about that, you just need one.
I just need one.
Which, if you could pick one, which platform would it be and why?
I think it would have to be Instagram, just because I've been there longer. And I feel like I've created more of a community on Instagram.
Okay.
The rest are still quite uncharted territory, but Instagram for sure.
When did you start your Instagram game?
My personal profile, I think I started that maybe 7 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
And then the brand profile a bit longer, about 8 years ago.
Wow. So tell people, what is it that you do and what made you start your hustle?
Okay, so I am a fashion designer. I went to fashion school. That's I've always had a love with fashion. And I remember the first thing that really drew me to fashion was when I was younger, I found a really big suitcase with all of my mom's old clothes. And I really just loved experimenting and cutting off sleeves and making it my own, because it was like...
Did you ask your mom if you could cut off the sleeves? Or she came in one day and she was like, Cris, what have you done?
No, so actually my mom passed away when I was really young.
I'm
so
sorry
I
to
found
hear.
the case. Yeah, no, it was fine. At that time when I found it, it was almost like because she passed away when I was really young. So I almost felt like I could be like her. I never really got to know her, and we didn't, I was I think 6 or 7 when she passed. So for me, it was like, you know what? Let me see if I can be grown up and make all these fun outfits, and I'd switch it up. So that's where my love of fashion began. And I went to fashion school. And I remember even being in school, a lot of the people that I was in school with at the time wanted to continue with the regular fashion hustle, which was, create a made-to-measure brand, custom-made, very expensive, exclusive. But I knew I wanted to go the different direction, make it affordable, make it super trendy, and make sure you're, because that's what I was looking for at the time. When I was in school, I was looking for, okay, what's the trendiest places to shop? What's the cheapest? How could I still stay current without having to, break my back?
Absolutely.
So that's what I wanted to do with the brand. And yeah, here we are.
And so how do you become a fashion designer? So when I was younger, I wanted to be a fashion designer. It was a short-lived moment.
Yeah.
But I remember a really vivid experience where I got this white t-shirt and I got loads of those there were different shapes made out of fabric.
Right.
And I just learned how to put a thread into a needle.
And then you'd sew them on. Yeah.
I'd sew them on. I'd cut the sleeve short, appropriate short, because coming from a brown family, I couldn't just go all out.
Right.
And I walked the walk, and I remember I went to the playground, and they were like, "What the hell are you wearing?" It's I designed this. They were like, "Well, don't."
No. You need the confidence. You need the confidence. You need to make people think no, you guys don't know what you're wearing.
Absolutely.
This is it.
And I felt that, and I was like, I could be. But then I think that was a little bit short-lived, and then I don't know. I just wanted to do so much in life. So.
Right.
How did you go from cutting up your mum's old clothes, reliving those memories with your mum and reconnecting with her, to actually having a fashion brand?
Right. So I had this time just after high school when I really had no idea what I wanted to do. And at that time, I still was doing a lot of experimenting with clothes, and I had, I think, 2 sewing machines in my room, both of them really old and rickety, but I was still using them. And at that time, I remember I finished school and I was really good in math and science. And my dad was like, you know, you need to be like a mathematician. And I was like, yeah, because I'm good. But I was like, that sounds so boring. No, I'm not doing that. So then for a while, I fiddled around with business, still trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And it was my dad's idea. He was like, you know, brilliant. I think, you know, you love stitching and sewing and playing and tinkering with your machines and the fabrics. Why don't you go to tailoring school? At that time, there was only tailoring. There was no fashion design. Mm-hmm. There was nothing like that. It was like you go to tailoring school and you learn how to tailor. And I was like, you know what? Yeah. So I started looking around. I think at that time, the only place we knew of was like a polytechnic. And I went and checked and then somehow stumbled upon one small fashion school and then moved to another bigger one. And after that, I just sort of knew in me what I wanted to do. And I just started. I remember even when I started my business, I didn't have the money to start a ready-to-wear fashion brand. So I used to go to secondhand markets, like open air, like in Nairobi, it's called Gikomba.
It's called what?
Gikomba. The place is called Gikosh. You can say Gikosh.
No, I want to try and say it.
Gikomba, the place. Yes, it's called Gikomba.
I'm learning some languages.
So there it was really cheap. Like you could get tops for like 20 shillings. 20 shillings is like $0.2.
Wow.
Or like 100 shilling dresses. So I used to go there, shop, and then come and take pictures and sell on Facebook. Right? So then I would sell maybe like a top of that I got for 20 bob, I would sell that for like 400 shillings. A dress that I got for 100 bob, I would sell for 1,000 shillings. So then that's how I slowly built. And I did that for like a year and a half until I saved enough money to take my, because at that time I wanted a ready-to-wear brand. I knew I had to produce in bulk. What place in the world produces in bulk? I knew it was China. So I saved enough money to get my ass to China. I'll go to like factories and like try and figure out how to produce. And then the biggest like slap in my face is after doing all of that, I went, basically all my life savings went into this tiny factory I found in China, and they promised they'll deliver stuff in a month. So I came back home, and when the stuff arrived a month later, it was completely different from what you agreed. The fabric was so shit, like it was really bad. And at that point, I remember I cried for 2 days. I was like, for 1.5 years, I've been saving, completely gone.
Oh my.
I literally had to start from scratch. And I said, you know what? I'm going to produce everything in Kenya.
Okay.
I'm going to build my own people. I'm going to teach people what I learned in school. Like, I'm going to find one person, teach them how to sew the way I was taught how to sew. And we just built there slowly until where we are now.
I mean, that's an incredible story, and there's so much I want to unpack. One of the things you said that really stuck out to me before we go on to kind of your failure moments is you said you were good at math and science.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's around the age of 11 that girls decide they don't want to go into math and science because they think it's boring.
Right.
And I, too, loved maths, was very good at maths. And I have to say now that I believe maths gave me the quiet confidence that I need to do anything and everything. And what I mean by that is I'm loudly confident, right? If you know me, you know I'm confident. Like, I'm happy to do whatever, shoot my shot, go into a room, it's not an issue. But I think that's because it comes from my maths brain. And what I mean by that is math says 1 + 1 = 2. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Math says X + Y = Z.
Yeah.
You have to figure out what X and Y is. Z is building your future, building your brand, being your business. You have to go and do that problem solving.
Yeah.
And as a business individual, someone who's building a brand, I think problem solving is key.
Definitely.
So for me, I feel like maths really, really, really helps me in my everyday life. Even data.
Yeah.
Data helps make the decisions that we use right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you spoke about Instagram earlier, socials earlier. You have to use your insights to understand what's working or what's not.
It's true. And it's all numbers.
It's all numbers. And that's why I think numbers are so important, and we don't give them the credit they deserve.
True. The
second thing you said was about failure. All your life savings gone. You cried. I'm so glad that you cried.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly, I'm so glad that you are brave enough to say you cried, because I genuinely probably have a crying breakdown every other month for my business.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm like, how do we take a step back? Yeah. Why did this go wrong? Why is it me? And you invest a lot of money that you never see again.
And time.
On silly things.
Yeah.
Or either it's stupid silly things or it's like really big thing. And you're like, You know, last year I wanted to launch an app. I invested a lot of money into it. It didn't work out. And 6 months later, I'm like, oh my God, I lost this much, you know, 5K and above.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, it was just a bad investment.
True.
And you have to learn from it.
Yeah.
What did you learn from that magnificent failure of your life savings are now gone? And you have to start from what one may call a fresh, clean slate.
I think for me at that time, I didn't even realize because I was so opposed. I think, and it's because of the math background. For me, how I looked at business at that time was like, I know what I'm good at. I'm good at pinpointing, you know, things people like. And I think that came from also my previous business where I would just go hunting for cheap deals, hunting for things. So I knew I was good at pinpointing what people like, but I wasn't good at like leading like this team of guys who are coming and stitching and all that. So I didn't want to get into the nitty-gritty. So for me, I knew I just needed to get somebody on board as a partner or like outsource production. I didn't want to have to get into it because that's like a whole other thing. So I used to really look at running my business pragmatically in that way, where I was like, if I know I'm good at this, I'm going to focus on this and just find somebody to do everything else. But what I learned from that time, it's as much as, yes, I'm good at this thing, this production and creating of this product that I am so good at doing, producing it is actually another big part of this product. And if I want to have any kind of control over it, I need to give it, like, make it close to me, bring it close to home. Because I also realize now that I've been doing it for a bit, I realized that I'm now able to build, number one, loyalty from my team, because we are still teaching them the things that I learned from school. So we're teaching them things that they would never learn anywhere else. We're sort of trying to, and it happens even now where I'm going away from getting experienced people, because they'll come in, but then they do things different from how we do it. And the reason we do our things different is because they're things I learned in school, and not many people have the opportunity to go to fashion school and do it. So everyone is sort of trying to wing it, but we want to remain different, you know? And I think that was my biggest takeaway. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try and run away from this thing, but it's really such a core part of the business. So let me just embrace it. The sooner I do, the faster we get to where we need to go.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And one thing that I love about your story, and viewer, just know that we haven't actually met before. I just slid into your DMs and here we are. I love the fact that it's so honest and vulnerable and transparent, but I love the fact that you're trying to give back. And that's one of the things I do with my business. The one reason I really started my platform was because I felt like there wasn't a space for the accessibility, the resource sharing, the community. So it's like, I'll just go and make that. Not thinking it'll be a business, but I'll just do something. Yeah. What's the worst that can happen if you do something? Yeah. You just do more of it. You do more of it. Exactly. One thing I really want to touch on is fashion. I have a complicated relationship with fashion. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. And I think recently, I've really started to embrace my quirky. Okay. And what I mean by that is I'm trying to be comfortable with my style, which is just however I feel, whatever mood I'm in, waking up, showing up, dressing up, being there. Yeah. However, I get really weird DMs sometimes where people are like, dress better. What? Get a stylist. Come on. Go and buy clothes differently. What are you wearing? How? No one wants to see that online. Listen, if anyone goes through my DMs, you know that I get the weirdest DMs ever. My goodness. It's like, do I put out that energy that you feel like you can say that stuff to me? Maybe honestly, I do. Yeah. I don't know. So I've had a really complicated relationship because I'm like, I don't know if I'm trendy, but I don't think I'm trying to be. I think I'm just trying to be fun and quirky. You're doing your thing, and doing my thing. But sometimes I feel like my thing isn't enough because it's not the thing that everyone's doing. And so I get myself into this spiral of like, what is my thing? What is fashion? What should I be doing it? Because everyone's doing it. So a really valid example is, I'm not a fan of like leather skirts and trousers. Okay. I don't get them. I don't think I could wear it. And I've been to a few like shoots and styling experiences where they're like, wear this leather skirt. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it's great. You think it looks good on me, but I'm not going to buy this because I'm not going to take it home. Can I ask why? Why the leather? It's just relevant because I think generally I like leather bags. Okay. Products. Yeah. But I don't like generally I just don't feel comfortable in wearing that garment. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't have an answer for you. I think maybe it's too restrictive.
Okay.
I'm more of a free flow.
Right.
I like to think I'm boho. You can tell me if I am or not.
Flow with the wind.
Yeah. I'm like a wake up, dress up, wear what you want kind of girl, you know?
Okay.
That's just a really like random experience. Just a relevant experience. So but at the same time, I wear to dress confident. I would have a lippy on. I wear maybe, you know, bright colors. They are my colors. I like the color red. I like the color pink. I wear a lot of like greens and blues now and purples because they remind me of money. I was like, that's money colors, so I'm gonna go do that. But I guess my question to you is, what does fashion mean? What does it mean to be fashionable? How do you like find your sense of style and identity and not get trapped in what you see online and this like FOMO like of fashion that people and I have?
So I think for me, I don't really have an answer for that either, right? I don't know. No one really knows. I think anyone who says they know fashion or, you know, they're the leader in fashion, and I don't even, something small like, you know, the fashion police, I really don't like those kind of shows because it's like, that's someone's style.
Yes.
I mean, unless this person sort of like goes and does something that's actually offensive to somebody, that's somebody's style. It's like criticizing someone's liking of art or, you know, it's like, I don't believe that someone can sit down and look at what other people are wearing and the fashion decisions they make and then judge them for it. You're judging my perception of how I look and what I want to wear and what makes me feel comfortable. So for me, it's like my understanding of fashion is not really from what is right. It's more of like what's speaking to you.
Okay.
Because that's how I also go in with my brand. It's like I am still the sole source. I'm still the one who sources all prints we use, all fabrics we use, because I still haven't met somebody who has sort of like the same style that I have, but somehow still can translate that to our consumer.
Yes.
Because I feel like a lot of the brand right now is because I pick and I source from my heart. Like for me, I see something and I'm just like, you know what, that makes me feel this type of way. And I'm exactly like you when it comes to dressing. It's like, I cannot plan my outfit the day before.
No.
I will wake up and I'm just like, what are we feeling today? Oh, okay, I feel whimsy, I feel this, and I'll pick my outfit. And it doesn't matter. Like this dress I'm wearing, I'm going to go, if I wanted to say wear it on a Wednesday, and that Wednesday I was going on a very serious meeting with bankers, I'm going to wear it because that's how I feel.
And that's one of the reasons I started my own business, was because I went into the corporate world and they expect you to dress and conform and be structured and be this like discipline. And I'm like, I personally don't wear a lot of black.
Okay.
I don't wear a lot of grey. I don't wear a lot of browns. I don't really wear a lot of neutral colours generally.
Yeah.
That's just not my personality.
Yeah.
So I liked my colours to reflect my personality. And I remember I went to this one interview and I wore like a red dress and red shoes and red lipstick. You know, it was a vibe. It was a vibe. I thought it was a vibe. I don't know. And I remember the interviewer being like, don't you think you've shown up a little bit strong for this interview?
Wow. Oh wait, they said that to you?
Yeah, in less nicer words. And I was like, I don't know what you mean. They were like, you know, red is a forceful color. Don't you think you've over-assumed here? Wow. And I was like, maybe red is a forceful color to you. I didn't say this, by the way. I thought this. I wasn't brave enough to say any of this. I was like, maybe red is a forceful color to you, but to me, it's a comfort color. Like I can wear red and I'll walk out the same way other people wear black or white or brown. I tried to beige it up once, I promised you. I literally went to like a shop and like tried to buy all these neutral colors.
Yeah. And
I came home and I couldn't put them together.
Yeah.
I couldn't assemble them, if that made sense. And I think a part of me was also trying to run away from that identity. Like I'm quite extroverted, then I go and wear bright colors, then I go and like, I just show up as I am. But I think when you're doing social media, yes, people celebrate it, but you're also made to feel bad about it.
It's true. It's true.
And what do you do?
I feel like, with social media, sometimes it takes a lot of skill, and it's an art to just be able to see it and hear it and just let it slide off, you know? And for me, it's like, in the industry I'm in, fashion, it's even worse, you know, it's even worse. And I try. I don't know if we're succeeding with the brand, but we really try and promote a tone of acceptance, a tone of you can dress how you want to dress and not be judged for it or not feel like someone's better than the other. Because I feel like one of the things that even now being in the industry that I try so hard not to have happening in our brand is this sort of like, how do you say, like toning others out because they're not worthy or they don't fit or they don't. So we try and have that, like, you know, it's like, come sit with us. Like, you can sit with us. We're friendly. We're fun. It's not like, we're better, you know?
And I think that's the whole vibe.
Yeah.
But I believe that also comes with age and experience too. I think
Right.
it comes from a place of like, I'm good in myself and I'm good in you and let's be good together.
Yeah.
And maybe as you get older, you and I both are kind of coming to terms with that. But what about young teenagers? What about when we were young girls?
Yeah.
And we were doing stuff to please others? How do we use this platform to empower them and to share that it's okay being the way that you are? Because I think maybe I needed to hear that when I was younger.
Right. Yeah. It's true. I think we all needed. I remember I was overweight when I was younger. And at that time, it didn't really affect me. Mostly because also my family I didn't experience anything at home.
Absolutely.
You know, that made me feel.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does. It makes a big difference. So even if we do a lot, because even platforms like this and us talking about it is going to help a teenage girl who'd watch this and be like, you know what, it's fine. I'm a bit different now. I'm a bit quirky. I dress different from everybody else. Yes, you're a bit overweight. It's fine. It sheds off eventually. And also, it shouldn't be the determining factor.
That's your body, your choice.
It shouldn't be a determining factor in, you know, how your life ends up being. It's like, when did we get to a point where you have to look a certain way to be where you want to be, you know, type of thing. So I think even for us, and I'd like to encourage even for families, you know, out there who are with the younger adults and the teenagers and younger kids, I mean, just the acceptance, it will not show now, but in future, it's gonna it's gonna affect this child more than you can imagine.
Yeah.
Just small comments about, you know, what they're wearing or their size or things. Just let's not. So
let them explore, let them experiment,
let them just do their thing,
and give them the space to do so.
Yeah. And then when and there's going to come a time if it gets like dangerous or whatever, then at that time you can have a serious conversation. But when people are young, like under the age of 18, let them explore, let them figure out like what's up, you know. And then you never know what will bloom.
You heard it here first. Yeah. Maybe not first, but you definitely heard it here. One of the things that I love to do in this show, or at least I'm trying to do in the show, is to learn from those who come on. So I'd love it if you could teach us something, be that, I don't know, a word in your language, how to dress better, what fashion, how to find our fashion style, how to explore colors, you know, teach us something really practical and relevant that our audience can take away. So I know that in the series, we have someone who's set me a 30-day challenge for gratitude. Someone else who said, don't be afraid of failing and just go and shoot that shot.
Yeah.
So it'd be great to find out what you want to share with myself, but also the audience.
So first, I already shared a word with you. Gikomba, do you remember?
I know what it means, but I didn't have to pronounce it.
Gikomba.
Gikomba.
Yeah.
Which is the market.
Yeah, it's a market.
Gikomba.
Yeah, it's a market.
I'm going to go use that whilst I'm in my trip in Nairobi. Be like, I want to go to a Gikomba.
Yeah, exactly. So I think for me, I'll share something that has led me, I think, throughout my adult life.
Yes, please.
And I remember it's something I learned from my dad. I know I've mentioned my dad a lot in this chat, but he's been such a pillar, you know, in my life generally. And I remember one time he told me that I remember it was probably after my first big failure, the one I told you about. And for about 2-3 months, I really wasn't sure if I wanted to continue this thing. Maybe I should go and be a scientist or a mathematician or whatever. And I remember I was just like, you know, just doing small time stuff. And he said, whatever you do, if it's something that you've decided this is what you love and this is what you're going to do, just make sure you do something small on that journey every single day, right? The minute you stop doing something, then you stop growing and you'll never get to experience anything at all. And that's something that I've, you know, brought into my life, even in any department, like in my social life, in my romantic, in my career. it's like if I really have decided that this is the thing that I want to pursue because I love it, then I'll make sure I do something every single day towards that.
Wow, it's so
However
powerful.
small.
I'm going to clip that. I'm going to put it on socials and be like, everyone needs to learn from this. Amazing.
Yeah.
And given that I'm in Nairobi and it's my first time, what do you think that I should definitely do before I leave Nairobi?
In Nairobi, let's see. Given that you've been in this hotel the entire stay, which has been less than 24 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. Less than 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours.
Recording, back down to business. What should maybe something I should eat or something I should drink or something I should try?
I definitely think you need to party in
Okay.
Nairobi. So you're actually in one of the hotspots. I don't know if you've heard about it, but right here in this building on this floor we're on.
On the social house?
Yes, social house, 5th floor. There's always a really dope party every Thursday, every Friday, and I think every Saturday. So you have to attend one of them.
I'm looking at Sanjeev to be like, Sanjeev, I'm going to
with
go
a
partying
DJ
tonight.
and everything. Like, yeah, that's going to be really nice. Another thing I would say is definitely go to the beach. Okay. You'd have to go out of Nairobi for that, but you cannot, like, the beaches in Kenya are incomparable. Like, you cannot leave without going to the beach.
Well, I'm off to Malindi.
Yeah. And I think you also have to go to Maasai Market.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to visit a Maasai Market. That's where they have all of the local artisans. They make all of the local trinkets really nice. You can get some nice keepsakes from there. What else?
I'm just going to ask you. I'm going to WhatsApp you, I think, an itinerary. It'll be
Yeah.
great. But
I can give you a whole plan.
Local market, beach, and club.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And anyone watching, obviously, there's some top tips here. So get involved. Cris, thank you for...
Wait, before you thank me, I forgot to do something. I got you something.
Thank
my brand.
you.
So I stalked you on your Instagram.
Oh my God.
And I think I nailed your style.
Okay, let's see. Everyone can see, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So this is from my brand, Icon.
Thank you.
I got you something. I really hope it's your size, but I think I got it.
Okay, well, let me see what my style looks like to you.
So it's a wrap top.
Oh, wow.
And it's animal print. I saw you like animal print.
I love the fact that this is what people think I wear online, which is
Come
it.
on.
Did
I nail it? I
think this is beautiful. Thank you. I will definitely be wearing this whilst I'm here.
Yay.
And as this episode is going to come out after my photos, you'll know now where the outfit, or at least the top, has come from. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Thank
Cris,
you for having me.
I've got one of my books for you.
Nice.
This is a nice.
Let me take this.
celebration.
Can I get mine signed?
Of course you can.
Nice.
Oh,
this is nice.
perks of being an author.
This is
Cris,
awesome.
Thank you. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Connect with you and get involved with
So,
the work that you're doing.
Yes. So online you can find me on my personal pages, which is Cris Njoki. That's CrisNjoki. So that's on all platforms. And for my brand Icon, you can find us on all platforms. Icon is IKOJN. And you can find us basically everywhere. And yeah, nice chatting.
Another episode of Tea with Sonya. Thank you so much for joining us. Subscribe if you love it, and I know you do, so definitely subscribe. It helps our YouTube ratings too. Put in the comments what you want to see, where you want me to travel to, what kind of conversations we should have, and let's just keep the party going. Grab your cup of tea or your warm drink, share this with your friends and family, and I will see you very soon.
I feel like cheering. I'm like,
it just gets better. It just gets better, no? Like, we're trying.